Hi, thanks for using My Court Coach. I'm Sarah and I'll be your instructor today as we talk about the request for income and benefit information from employer, also known as Form FL-397. As with all our court forms, you want to start off by filling in your identifying case caption information at the top. Please note that you can only use this form if you have first served the other party with a request for production of income and expense declaration after judgment on them. That's your FL-396, and they have either failed to respond or the response they provide was inadequate as to wage information. So that form has to come first, and then if it is not properly complied with, you can now serve this form on their employer. To start off with, you need to fill in the employer's name at the top. And then you want to indicate that you did serve the other party with a request to produce an income and expense declaration, and either they did not respond within 35 days or the response was incomplete as to wage information. You are then going to, in item 3, list the date that this form is due back from the employer. It needs to be a date at least 15 days from the date of this request. I generally like to give parties, when I'm requesting documents, at least 30 days to comply, but the only requirement is it be at least 15 days from the date of this request. Then you're going to check the boxes below for the information you're requesting that employer provide, which they can do so by either filling the information out next to it or providing the information on a separate form. So those options are occupation of employee, whether the other side is presently employed, yes or no, if the other side is presently employed, what their current employment status is, if they're not presently employed, the date of separation and reason for separation, the starting date of employment, their gross salary or wages for the previous month, including commissions, bonuses, and overtime, their total salary and wages for the previous 12 months, including commissions, bonuses, and overtime, federal tax withheld for the previous month, state income tax withheld for the previous month, Social Security and Medicare tax deducted for the previous month, as well as an explanation for any other deductions from the paycheck for the previous month, and the employer would be obligated to state the purpose and amount for each deduction taken out of their paycheck. The next page, you can ask that they also provide information for benefits provided, and then mark if you want them to provide information about vision insurance, life insurance, health insurance, contributions to retirement plan, or use of company assets for any other living expenses that benefit them. And then the employer, if for whatever box you mark, would indicate if it's not available, if they're not enrolled, or if they are enrolled, and what the value is to that employee. You can also mark box K for K and ask that the employer return this form or provide you with the employee's 3 most recent pay stubs. Line 5 tells the employer that they are entitled to have the reasonable cost of copying the information in this request provided to them, and that typically comes from the employee. And then you want to print, sign, and date. This form will also get served on the opposing party. So this is just the notice to that employee that you are requesting their information regarding their income and benefits from their employer. And then you need to serve this form both on the employer as well as the employee, the opposing party, by certified mail, postage prepaid with return receipt requested to the last known address, or by personal service. And then if you do, however you do serve it, you should do a separate proof of service form. Again, that can either be your FL-335 if service is by mail, or it can be your FL-330 if it's proof of personal service. So that's it for this form. I hope you found this information helpful. Good luck.